What's up, guys? Welcome to the Weird Entertainment Network, where we do the craziest interviews with time travelers and we never blur their faces or distort their voices. Unlike Apex TV, we keep it real up in here. Today we have a time traveler that reached out to me, and this one is interesting because in the email that he wrote to me, he says he's from the year 2118, and he is, hear this out, the grandson of the famous Keemstar.
Yep.
How's it going, man?
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Wow, so you're Keemstar's grandson.
Yep, his grandson.
So, Keemstar, I'm just curious. I have so many questions. He's your grandfather. So, what do you call him? Do you call him Keemstar? What do you call him?
We just refer to him as Grand Keem, honestly.
Grand Keem.
Yeah,
That sounds great, man. And
it's a term of endearment and also a term of respect as well.
Grand Keem. Okay. And
Yeah.
is he still doing YouTube?
Who, Grandpa?
Yeah, because he had that Drama Alert channel. I don't know if you know about it.
Yeah, I've only heard bits and pieces about that. I don't really keep up with it, but ever since the year 2050, when he started taking those stem cells, the injections, pretty much life-giving injections. That's what those are, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
If you can see on the floor, that's
Yeah.
just the culmination of people's souls and
Yeah.
people's lives. So once he started taking those injections, he got like eternal life. Like he looks old, but he's like pretty much never gonna die. So I will say his YouTube channel has been a little bit slow since the year like 2060, I want to say, just shortly after started taking those medications. So. But he's still alive and kicking. You know, the YouTube channel is still flourishing. I think over 2.5 billion subscribers right now. It's insane.
Wait a minute. Over 2.5 billion subscribers? That's amazing, dude.
Yeah, over 2.5 billion subscribers. It's insane. And he's actually, on top of that, been the CEO of YouTube itself for the last 50 years.
Get
So
outta here.
he's kind of like the main arbitrator of the content that goes on the platform. So really, if it's content he doesn't like, or if he doesn't approve of, it doesn't go on the site. And actually, you know, I will make mention that they used to call it websites now in the past. Now we call them portals. You know, we call it the YouTube portal. You know, websites is like an antiquated term. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't change the name of YouTube into something else, you know?
he's a purist. For those of us who are related and know him, we know him to be a purist. He doesn't like to stray away from foundations, you know what I mean? He wants to keep it YouTube, so that's what it was. That's all it is. I mean, it's a portal right now. All us youngins call it a portal, so that's
Oh, wow. You know, deep down inside, like right now, I watch him now. I'm 2018.
yeah.
I feel I watch his channel and I kind of have this thing that I feel like he was gonna run YouTube for some reason. I don't know. It's weird. And now I hear you saying it. It's amazing, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's written several books. When me and the rest of his grandchildren get together, we read his books on, you know, self-help books and how he became successful on what used to be known as YouTube. And, you know, we get around and we start, you know, reading his books, and we start hoping that maybe one day we could get our own portal and be successful on our own portals like that as well.
I see all their souls are moving over there.
Yeah, those are white people right there. I mean, we got different races. You know, all souls come in different shapes and sizes. So, like, that's the white people just dancing around right there.
And then it changes into different races.
Yeah. We you know, when it comes to harvesting souls and stuff like that, we don't really discriminate. You know,
That's good, man. Oh, those are Hispanics right there.
the blue ones, yeah, the blue ones are known as Hispanics. Yeah,
I could tell. I know my people when I see them.
yeah, you know.
Why have you returned to the year two? Like, I can tell you're in a time room. I've never seen this time room before.
Yeah.
Okay, so why have you returned to the year 2018?
Well, have you ever heard of the butterfly effect?
Yeah, I watched the movie though. It has something to do with that.
Okay, I've never seen the movie. I wasn't born yet. But the thing is, the main preface is that you can go back in time and change one little thing, and it'll change a wide assortment of things.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm trying to go back, and I'm trying to essentially see how it is my grandfather lived
Oh,
back during his time. It's one thing to read about it. It's another thing to go back in time to actually live it out. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, you can't let him see you though, because it's gonna create a whole weird stuff, man.
Can't.
Yeah,
Exactly. It'll mess it up.
yeah. Have you brought back any technology? Because I love seeing technology from the future. Besides the soul catcher that you have there that you're charging.
The soul catcher. Oh, I actually have my instrument of peace right here, by the way. That's what it
Mm.
is. Pretty much what you do is hold it up against someone's neck
Mm-hmm.
while they're alive, and you can harvest their soul, and they'll turn into like an embodiment of
Let me.
radiant light, as you can see, down below.
Oh, so that's how you. Let me see it again. That's how you do
Yeah,
it.
right. Yeah, yeah. Just hold it up to their neck.
That's crazy. It's cool. It
Yeah.
looks so simple though. This technology is amazing in the future.
You know what? The thing is, like, it doesn't need to be. That's what people messed up during like your time.
Yeah.
Is they overcomplicated things. Things come with instruction manuals, and
Yeah.
it comes with telephone support numbers. We don't even. What's a telephone? We don't use that anymore.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know,
I
we don't
think
use that anymore.
that's amazing.
No. So
Is
like everything out here is simpler. It's a lot simpler.
so is Grand Keem. I'm gonna call him Grand Keem also because I feel like it's a
Yeah,
term of
it's
endearment. You guys said,
endearment and respect. Yeah.
and I want to respect him. So Grand Keem, is he still alive?
Oh yeah, he's alive. Like I said, ever since the year 2050, when he
Right. Right.
started taking his daily doses of spirits
Yeah.
and embers. That's what those are. They're embers of spirits.
Right.
They keep him going. So
Right.
it's really impossible to die. And actually, a lot of people around my time now are doing it. It's hard for you to comprehend probably, but
It
a
is
lot of
very
people
hard.
in
Yeah.
my time right now are taking this kind of thing. So we're pretty much guaranteed eternal life.
Yeah, I only ask because I did hear when you said it earlier, but I only ask because um, I wonder if what if someone like tries to kill you and they're successful at it, would probably end
Well,
someone's life.
I could explain it to you, but it's almost like explaining to an ant how a television works. So I'm going to put
Yeah.
it into something to where you might understand something during your time. Have you seen the Terminator movies? I know that's something that you guys used to watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You seen the one where what's that German guy, Austrian guy, Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes,
Is that right?
I
I,
think he's
I don't know.
German
Like
or
that's it,
Russian, whatever. I don't know where he's
or
from.
something like that. Remember in that movie where he gets shot and immediately the wound starts forming over and meshing over?
Mm-hmm.
That's how we are right now.
I kind of get it, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, you kind of get it. Let me put it into as simple as I can get.
Okay.
Here's an orange.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an apple.
Mm-hmm.
You put them both together. Boom. That's what it is.
My mind,
That's what it is.
I'm
It
lost right
really
now.
doesn't get much simpler than that.
My head actually hurts a little bit. I might
Yeah.
be thinking too much. My brain's not developed enough. I realize
Again,
that.
again, as I stated, it's like explaining to an ant how a television works. So
I
you're not going to
understand.
get it.
I
Your
understand.
mind is so simple. You haven't taken the same supplements we have, and you're very primitive. You are to humans what apes used to be. Does that make sense? Kind of
That makes
like
that makes sense to me.
you're not quite there yet. Give you another 50 to 100 years, and maybe you'll get there.
I feel like your grandpa was kind of ahead of his time, right?
From what we've been reading about him, yes, he doesn't talk to us much. He's very, very much interested in only anything that involves the YouTube portal. He doesn't really communicate with us or the rest of his family, for that matter. But what I can say is that from what he's written in his books for us grandchildren to read, yeah, it seems like he's been putting a lot of hard work in there.
Do you have any special messages for him? Since he might see this, maybe.
Well, since we're not able to have a direct line of communication, Grandpa, if you don't mind, I'd like to bring me and the rest of your grandchildren out to your ranch for a barbecue. I know we've been sending you several communications. I'm not going to tell you how we communicate because, like I said, your mind is not ready to hear that part yet. But we've been sending them several communications, and we have not received a response back. But we'd just like to get together for a barbecue.
That's good. Well, I want to thank you for coming on. That's really cool that you reached out to me. I can't believe
Absolutely.
you're a celebrity, man. Because Keemstar's grandson, oh man,
You
celebrity.
know, I'd like to think that, but I don't want to take anything away from Grandpa. So,
That's good,
um, so he is greater than all of us.
man. That's awesome. I think that's great. Grand Keem, look at that. I love it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming on, man. Keemstar's grandson, awesome. What do we call you?
So here in the year 2118, we tend to name ourselves after our particular interests. You know, some people are great gardeners. That's why we have Mr. Gardener and Mrs. Gardener next to us. You know, that they name themselves. Here in 2118, the Baltimore Ravens football franchise has now won, get this, 37 straight consecutive
Wow.
Super Bowls.
Amazing.
So I have opted to name myself Reigning Ravens.
Reigning Ravens.
Reigning Ravens. That's my name.
Man, that is amazing. That sounds, actually, now that I think about it, sounds like a great YouTube channel. If you were to create a portal in the future, you should call it
a
that.
portal. Yeah, I don't know what a YouTube channel is, but yeah, definitely a portal.
Try
for sure.
You should call it that. I think so. Thanks for coming on, man. I'll see you around, man.
All right. Maybe I'll come back and visit you.
All right. Thank you.